Hi, beautiful souls. Today, I invite you to consider, meditate, feel into how distracted you may be in this now, how you may wish to lighten that up, make it clearer, purer, quieter, silence any of the noise that is taking you away from your higher light, any of the noise that may be bringing you down, so that you may become more aware, listen more to your highest self, and rise through the distractions and the noise that is keeping you from the next perfectly beautiful step along your path. We find distractions, or we enable distractions at times, and as we go through this journey, from what I've found is that there'll be times when you're feeling really, really great, like top banana, and you're really riding a high wave and you're like, woohoo, this is so cool, and then you fall into a trough, and then when you're in that trough like of dissension, and you look around and you're like, gosh, how did this happen? And then you start going back into your mind. And then, of course, you make it a bit worse because you start overthinking things like, how did this happen? Why has this happened? You try to make sense of things. And, of course, you can't make sense of things because that's not how things work as you're rising. And then you create a little bit more distraction for yourself. And you put things in your way to make you heavier still. Like you might watch something that's heavy, or you might eat something that's heavy, or you might talk about something that's heavy, and you might just continue to do. And this is not talking about avoiding what is going on in the world. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about when your conscious or your unconscious choice is to engage with things that slow down your process. And you know when your process is slowed down because of the way you feel and the way what turns up in your world. And you have to be so patient with yourself because, you know, the physical body is the last thing to catch up. So, you know, you could be really, really vibrating high and feeling it like within like this beautiful frequency and this warmth and this glow and this expansion. And then you look outside, because sometimes that happens, you go into your head and then you sort of, you bring yourself down because you think, well, how is it that this can be happening when I feel like what I feel like this? And I just encourage you to just be patient with all of this. Be patient with yourself, be patient with your process, be patient with your physical vessel, be really kind and loving in every single way that you speak to your body. Be very careful in the words that you choose in general. And if you do feel yourself descending, stop and go, why am I doing this to myself? I don't need to do this to myself. Okay, highest self. I do believe that I have come a little bit off piste. Please assist me, like as in assist us, because your highest self is you, to return to the highest path available to me in this now, and may it be joyful. Bring me opportunities to experience joy so that I find it easier to skip along the way. And I also invite you to consider where you have put distractions to lower your frequency. Maybe you're in a situation where it's really quite tricky and you're lowering your frequency to match the frequency of those around you, instead of being even more aware. I am aware that this frequency is not compatible with mine. So I take very good care of my frequency. I go out more into nature. I spend more time in meditation, make a crystal chamber. You know, when you go to bed, place crystals all around you, underneath your bed. My whole bedroom's a crystal chamber, so that when I sleep, it's of the highest frequency, and nobody goes in my bedroom except for my dog. But because that's the way that I have to hold it, so that I have that space to really cleanse, to really restore, to really rejuvenate, and to really uplift my physical vessel, and to allow my beingness to have that place of calm and peace and rest for the greatest good, of all. What are the distractions that are holding you apart from your greatness and your light in this now? Is there anything that you may choose to let go of? Certain things that you place your energy to will uplift, and certain things will be neutral, and certain things will take your energy and bring you down, make you heavier and denser. And when you feel that, sometimes, dear humans, may feel depressed, because when people are feeling depressed, it's because they are not at the speed that they should be inside. They're not holding the light that they should be inside. And their highest self is encouraging them and trying to get their attention, but they're just not picking up the call, ignoring the call. We can create so much more relaxation and peace in our worlds if we keep listening to our highest self and taking action where our highest self is encouraging us. Okay, this is the way, and trusting in your highest self. Silence now, time for silence. You know, sometimes silence can appear in many different ways. Sometimes silence is going out into nature and just listening to the birds and the wind and making opportunities to just be with the insects and blessing all of the kingdoms and holding Gaia in your arms, sending love to different places on the planet, to different people, to groups of people, to groups of places. Sending love, being peaceful in that way, blessing the ground as you walk, blessing the water. And sometimes silence can be literally putting on some headphones, not with music. You can put music, I guess, but you've got to be careful about the music you choose. But you're just putting headphones on so that there's no distraction, no noise distraction, and so that you can hear your highest self better. You can hear yourself within. As you're going within, listening. It's a good practice. It's a good way to practice hearing your highest self, is to put noise reduction headphones on, and just so that you can really hear. But you have to ask questions. You have to participate. Highest self, show me the way. Calling forth my highest self, living as my highest self. We are moving through this day with ease and grace, bringing forth highest possibilities, creating more light, being more light, listening, patient, being patient. I think patience is so important. I really do. My goodness. If we could all get that right. So just be aware of the distractions that are causing you some density. If you're feeling heavy within and you find that the days are rapidly moving past you and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not getting enough done, just stop. This is you becoming heavy and you need to release those distractions. Maybe retreat to bed if you can, if you have that, like, even if you're working like long hours, just spend as much time as possible in bed or in nature to come back home here to your heart and breathe, just breathe. It's like highest self, assist me. I'm here to listen. Make your life as light as you possibly can. It will make things smoother and easier. And that is such a blessing, such a huge blessing. Thank you for watching. My name is Zaza. If you like this video, share it, subscribe, comment if you feel called to do so. Thank you very much for watching. Peace and love.